is completed now, and now we are starting with the quadratic equation. Now, let us understand this. What is a quadratic equation? So when we are talking about any of the equation which is having the maximum power of 2, is known as the quadratic equation. It is known as the quadratic equation. So when we talk about the format of quadratic equation, it is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So this is the equation. Now this is the basic equation where this 2 is known as the degree. This 2 is the degree, and because of this 2 degree, it is known as the quadratic equation. Okay. So in this, a, b, and c are the constants, and where a should not be equal to 0. That means the coefficient of x square should not be equal to 0. Otherwise, it will not be a quadratic equation. And we can also say that it is an equation of second degree. It is an equation of second degree. Also, if b becomes 0, if b is equal to 0, that means the coefficient of x is 0, then the equation is known as pure quadratic equation, because there is no other variable or there is no other degree of variable. Then it is known as pure quadratic equation. But if b is not equal to 0, it is having some of the value, then the equation is called an affected quadratic. It is known as affected quadratic, because with x square, we are also having an x with power 1. So this is known as affected quadratic equation. Like if you see this example number 1, this is affected quadratic equation. Second one is not having any constant, but having x square and x to the power 1 as well. And third one is having also x square and x to the power 1. So all these three are basically affected quadratic equation. Now here we have to understand like what are the formulas, what are the concepts to find out the roots of any equation, or we can say of any quadratic equation. Okay. So how to solve any quadratic equation? So there is one simple formula which is known as Sridhar Acharya formula, which we normally had studied in the lower classes as well. So let us discuss that formula here. It is known as Sridhar Acharya formula. Now, according to this formula, we can get the value of x, that is a variable, easily. If we say ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, if this is the equation and we have to find out the value of x, then simply what we can do minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is the formula which was given by Sridhar Acharya. So this is the formula to solve the quadratic equation. So simply what we have to do, we have to substitute the value of a, b, and c in this formula, and we will get the result of x. All right. Now, in this chapter, many times we will be talking about sum of roots and also the product of roots. Sum of roots and also the product of roots. So we have to learn that formula also. That formula says when we are talking about the sum of roots, what are the roots? We have understood in the beginning of the chapter, root means the solution. The solution of equation is known as roots. Okay. So what will be the solution, or what we can say, what will be the sum of that solution? So sum of roots. Sum of roots is equal to minus b divided by a. Now what is this b? B means the coefficient of x, and a means the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. Okay, so in this manner we can calculate the sum of roots. So sum of roots is minus b by a, that is minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. And also, if we are talking about the product of roots, if we are talking about the product of roots, it will be c upon a. It will be c upon a. So product of roots is equal to c by a. C means the constant. C means the constant of the equation, and which is divided by, it is divided by coefficient of x square. It is divided by the coefficient of x square. All right. So this is known as the product of roots. So now here we have learned three formulas. One is to find the roots, that is x. To find the value of x, we have to learn this formula, minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. To find the sum of roots, sum of root means like there are two roots, let's say one is alpha and second one is beta. So alpha plus beta, this together is equal to minus b by a, or simply we can say coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. And for product of roots, we say that it is c by a, or constant divided by coefficient of x square. Okay. So these are the product of roots. Now, the next thing, which is based on these two, that is sum and product, is the equation, is to how to construct any quadratic equation. How we can construct any quadratic equation. So it is very much simple to construct the equation. So for construction, see what we have to do, because it is quadratic, we are putting x square minus we say sum of roots, and then put the variable x, plus product of roots, and then equal to 0, and then equal to 0. In short, we can write it as x square minus s for sum, and x is the variable. For product, we are writing p, and it is equal to 0. So in this manner, we can form the quadratic equation. So if we are having sum, if we are having product, we can find out, or we can prepare this equation. We can prepare this equation. All right. Now, let's see what the students are saying. Nancy is asking, is there any negative marking in exams? Yes, of course. Negative marking is 1/4, that is 25%. So if anybody is giving 20 wrong answers, so 20 multiplied by 1/4, that is 5 becomes negative. That means 5 marks will be deducted for those wrong questions. All right. Okay. So now we have understood all these concepts, like how to prepare the equations and how to find out the sum and product of this quadratic equation. Now, before going further, let us solve 1-2 examples, and after that we will discuss some more concepts. Now, the example number 1 says, solve x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Now, this is the given equation. Clearly, it is the quadratic equation, and to solve the quadratic equation, there are two methods. One is known as the factor method, and second is known as Sridhar Acharya method. Sridhar Acharya method. So let us do that. So first of all, if we are talking about the factor method, so for factors, what we have to do, we have to check the coefficient of x square and this constant and multiply them. And we have to multiply them. So coefficient of x square here is 1 and the constant is 6. So 1 multiplied by 6 is 6. Okay. Now we have to do the factors of 6 in such a way that the total comes as minus 5x. The total comes as minus 5. Okay, so we have to do the factors in this manner. So what we can do, we can take 6 and 1, 6 and 1, and we can take 6 as positive. If we take 6 positive and 1 negative, will that work or not? Let's see. Minus 6 and 1. If we multiply, it is coming minus 6, but we require plus 6. So this will not work. So what we have to do, we have to check, like if we are making the parts, if we are making the factors of 6, the product should be equal to 6 and their total should be equal to minus 5. So this is incorrect. If we see the second case, minus 2 and minus 3, if we multiply them, the total is 6. And if we add them, the total is minus 5. Yes, now this is correct. So what we are doing, x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 equal to 0. So we are splitting the middle term. Now we can take the common between these two. So x is taken as common, x minus 2, 3 is common, and again x minus 2, it becomes equal to 0. So x minus 2 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now what we have to do, compare 1 by 1 with equal to 0. So if x minus 2 is equal to 0, we are getting x equal to 2. And if x minus 3 is equal to 0, we are getting x equal to 3. So this is the result, x2 and x is equal to 3. And x is equal to 3. All right. So this is the solution according to this factor method or splitting the middle term method. But if we do this by Sridhar Acharya method, let's see what happens. X square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Now the formula says minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So clearly from the equation, we can see that value of a is 1, value of b is minus 5, and value of c is 6. Value of c is 6. So we are applying all these values in the given formula. So minus of minus 5 plus minus root of b square. So minus 5 square minus 4ac. A is 1, c is 6. Divided by 2a, that is 2 into 1. So what we are getting, 5 plus minus root of 25 minus 24 upon 2. So what we are getting, 5 plus minus 1 upon 2. So once we have to take plus and once we have to take minus. So 5 plus 1 by 2 becomes 3 and 5 minus 1 by 2 becomes 2. So that means one root is 3 and other root is 2. Hence, the value of x becomes 2, comma 3. The value of x becomes 2, comma 3. All right. So this is the answer. So we have done both the methods, that is the factor method as well as Sridhar Acharya method. Okay, now there are some different kind of questions in the chat box. Let me read that. Okay, will questions come on theory? So when we are talking about the paper number 3, mostly the theory questions are coming from the statistics portion. Okay, usually mathematics does not have that theoretical part, but statistics is always having that theoretical part. So out of 100, we can say, I'm on an average, I'm saying out of 100, normally 10 to 15 questions are of theoretical nature. Okay, it is not the fixed pattern given by ICAI, but it is the past trend which we have seen. There is 10 to 15 questions are of theoretical nature out of 100, and most of them are belonging to statistics. Okay. Okay, Nimish says, which method you will suggest to do in exam? So in order to save the time, see both the methods are used, but when we see the values are smaller, we can do the factors easily and orally. So it is better to go by the factor method. But when we see that values are a bit complex and it is difficult to find the factors, then always use the Sridhar Acharya method. So it will be convenient for us. All right. Then Akriti Vishwakarma says, I ordered my books in October and have to appear in May 22, but my books are of 2021 edition. See, 2021 edition is the latest edition. So you have got the latest books, because every time the books will not get printed. This year the books has got printed and it will remain the same for next few months or years. So 2021 is the latest edition only. So you have to read those books only. So no need to worry. Okay, Manmohan Lauti says, can we get 100 marks in maths? Yes, of course, you can get 100 marks if you are doing all the 100 questions correctly. Then, of course, you will get the 100 marks. All right. Anisha Rawat is asking, negative marking is for all 4 subjects. See, only 2 subjects are MCQ. That is paper number 3 and paper number 4. So negative marking is applicable for only paper number 3 and paper number 4. Okay, so no negative marking for paper 1, paper 2. Only for mathematical portion, that is math, stats, reasoning, and economics BCK. These 2 papers are having the negative marking. Then somebody says, can we use whitener in examination? See, don't use, we cannot use whitener or such kind of things in the OMR sheet. So it is better to use the dark pencil to mark the answers, all right? So that you can erase and then take back. So always go for the dark pencil instead of thinking about the whitener. All right. Okay, then who else is there? Pushpa. Yes, Pushpa says answer is 3,2. Yes. So both the methods will give the same result. Whether we are using any of them, both of them will give the same result. Okay. So now today you can try some of the questions That is example number 2. They are having 4 parts, and the question is saying about find the nature of roots, but you can try to solve them and get the result. You can try with both the methods so that you will get the practice and you will easily know which is better for you, because you have to solve an examination, so you are finding which one much easier and less time consuming. So you have to find your, in order to calculate the root, we had learned this formula minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this we had learned in the initial part of the quadratic equations. Now, what kind of solution we will get? What kind of roots we will get? It all depends on this one portion, and that portion is basically b square minus 4ac. What will be the nature of roots? It is simply dependent upon this root portion. All right. So how it is getting dependent on this? Let us discuss that. If b square minus 4ac, if it is exactly equal to 0, if we are saying this value is exactly equal to 0, that means the roots are real and equal. This will be the characteristic. When this part is equal to 0, roots will be real and equal. But if it is more than 0, that means inside root there is a positive value. Whenever there is a positive value, the roots will be real and unequal. Roots and unequal. Unequal means they will be having distinct values. But when b square minus 4ac is less than 0, if it is less than 0, that means value will be negative. Inside root, the value will be negative. And this negative value means the figure will be imaginary. Because whenever we are talking about negative value in root, let's say minus 1, this is known as iota, that is the imaginary number. So when the figure is less than 0, then the roots will be imaginary. All right. Then the fourth one. The fourth one says if b square minus 4ac, if it is a perfect square, if it is a perfect square, then roots are real, rational, and unequal. Let's say if we are having 25 in the root, and after solving, we will get simply 5. So we can say that the roots are real as well as rational, because we will be able to solve that square root part, and this number will be a whole number. And if b square minus 4ac is more than 0 but not a perfect square, the value is more than 0, let the value is 20, but it is not a perfect square. So since it is not a perfect square and the value is coming inside the root, so it is known as irrational. This is irrational. And also we already know it will be real as well as unequal. Real as well as unequal. So in all the cases, it will be real except the third one. Except the third one, where the value in root is negative, then it becomes imaginary. Otherwise, in all the cases, roots will be real. Okay. And also in only one case, roots will be equal, when the b square minus 4ac is exactly equal to 0. At that point, the roots will be equal. Otherwise, in all 4 cases, the roots will be unequal. All right. So in this way, we can learn this and we can have a proper understanding how to get the solution. All right. Now, let's come towards the questions so that we will get the clarity. Now we are discussing example number 2. Examine the nature of roots of the following equations. So we are having some of the equation and we have to judge what kind of roots are there. So let us take the first one. The first one says x square minus 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. So this is the equation. All right. Now what we have to do, we have to first of all see what are the values of a, b, and c. So value of a means the coefficient of x square, which is 1. Value of b is minus 8 and c is 16. So we are having this value. Now for checking the roots, we have to do b square minus 4ac. What is b? B is minus 8 with a square on top, minus 4 times of A is 1 and C is 16. So what we are getting, it is 64 minus 64. So 64 minus 64 becomes 0. This implies that roots will be equal and real. So if we want to check what are the roots, we can solve it and find out the roots. So let's solve here. X square minus 8x plus 16. If we try to solve this by factor method, so what will happen? X square minus 4x and minus 4x. So we have split them as minus 4 and minus 4 because the sum will become minus 8 and its product will become equal to 16. So we are using the split method. Now let's take x as common, and from here 4 will be common. All right. So overall we will be getting x minus 4 and again x minus 4, and all this is equal to 0. So when we are comparing with 0, both the values are equal to 4. This implies that roots are equal. Both the values are 4. That means the roots are equal. All right. So whenever b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, the roots will be equal. Yes. Okay. So everyone is getting this? Great. Now similarly, we can solve point number 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Let me take one more example out of this and then we will move forward. We can take 3rd one. So we are taking the 3rd equation here. The 3rd one is 5x square minus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. So this is the equation. Now for this equation, we are computing b square minus 4ac. So what is the value of b? It is minus 4. So minus 4 whole square minus 4 times of 5 and then multiply by 2 times of c. Okay. Then let's solve this. We are getting 16 minus 40. It comes as minus 24. The value is negative. So whenever b square minus 4ac is negative, or we can say it is less than 0, then the roots are imaginary. So here we will say that roots are imaginary, or we can say unequal. They are unequal. So let us try with the method which is known as Sridhar Acharya method. Let's do that. X is equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So we will substitute the values here and see what happens. So let us put the value of b. B is minus 4, then plus minus root of minus 4 square minus 4, a is 5 and c is 2, whole divided by 2 times of a. 2 times of a. All right, let's see what happens. It is 4 plus minus. Inside root, we are getting minus 24 and then divided by 2a. So if we try to simplify, the result will be again the negative value in the root. So whenever there is a negative value in the root, the solution is known as imaginary. So denominator is basically 10 here. So what are the two roots? We can say 4 plus root of minus 24 upon 10. And second time we will take the negative sign, that is 4 root of minus 24 divided by 10. So always we have to take both the signs. Once we have to take positive, and in the second one we have to take the negative sign. All right. So always we have to take both the signs and calculate the roots. All right. So in this case, the roots are imaginary as well as unequal. Yes, Nimish has given the answer and Thamis has also given the answer. Good. So let us move towards some more illustrations. So now, in this first illustration, what is given? If alpha and beta be the roots of the given equation. So now we are having one equation and alpha and beta are the given roots. Now what we have to do, find the equation. We have to calculate the equation whose roots are alpha plus beta square and alpha minus beta square. So first of all, we have to think, we have to imagine what is our requirement. Given is equation, also we have to find out the equation. Now what kind of equation is required? So we require equation whose roots are alpha plus beta whole square and alpha minus beta whole square. We require the equation whose roots are this. So first of all, let us simplify them. So we know the formula for sum of roots and also for the product of roots. So if we talk about the sum of roots, then it will be equal to the first root is alpha plus beta square and the second root will be alpha minus beta square. This is according to the given question. These are the roots. Now what can be done? From the given equation, can we extract some of the values? Yes, of course we can try, because we know that the equation is always in this format: x square minus sum of x and then product of roots, and then it is equal to 0. So whatever we are having with x, that basically denotes the sum. So like we can take from here, the sum will be minus 7. So if we split this, x square minus and then minus of 7x and then plus 12. So this is exactly in the format. This is exactly in this format. So here we can clearly see that the value of sum is minus 7. So from here we can see that alpha plus beta is equal to minus 7. And we talk about the product, it is alpha into beta, which is basically 12. Because a is 1, so minus 7 by 1 is minus 7 and 12 by 1 is basically 12. So we are having this values alpha plus beta and alpha into beta from the given equation, and from that given equation we have to apply in the new one. So let's find out the sum of the roots. So alpha plus beta we are having as minus 7. So we have substituted the value. But for alpha minus beta, we don't have the values. So what we can do, we can apply one formula which says alpha minus beta whole square we are having. So we are adding 2 alpha beta and we are subtracting 2 alpha beta. So while doing this, what will happen? It will become alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So this is the basic property which we normally study in the lower classes. So what basically we have done, we have added 2 alpha beta and subtracted 2 alpha beta. So it will become alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 times of alpha beta. So let us write here alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 times of alpha beta. Okay. So now we can substitute some values. It will become 49 plus, again we are having minus 7 square and then minus 4 times of alpha into beta. So value of alpha into beta is 12. So we are getting 49 plus 49 minus 48. That is the 50. It is equal to 50. So this we have got the sum of roots. So for making the new equation, we have sum of roots. Similarly, we require the product of roots. We also require the product of roots. So we know that the first root is alpha plus beta square and the second root is alpha minus beta square. So we can again put the values. In place of alpha plus beta, we can substitute minus 7 with a square. And for alpha minus beta whole square, this alpha minus beta whole square, we can substitute this whole thing. That is, we can say 49 minus 48. So we can directly put here 49 minus 48. Now it comes 49 multiplied by 1, that is 49. This is the product of root. So first of all, we have find out the sum of roots and then we have calculated the product of roots. Now let's come to the required equation. So required equation. X square minus sum of x plus product is equal to 0. So x square, now what is the sum? It is 50. So we have written minus 50x and then what is the product? It is 49 and then equal to 0. So this becomes the final solution. So this is the final solution. So in this way, we can form the equation. All right. So let me have a quick recap so that those who have late joined or those who have missed any point, they will get to know again. So this is the one of the basic question of the quadratic equation. So what we have to do, we are given one equation and alpha and beta are the roots of that equation. Now we already know equation is always having a format. What is that format? X square minus sum of x and then plus product equal to 0. So we have arranged this given equation. We have arranged this given equation in this format. So what is done? X square minus of minus 7x, because in the formula here it is written negative. So we have to present it in the form of negative sign. And then we have doing plus 12 is equal to 0. So clearly the coefficient of x is minus 7. The coefficient of x is minus 7. So minus 7 is the sum and constant is 12. So this is the product because a is equal to 1. So minus 7 upon 1 is minus 7 and minus 12 upon 1 is also 12. So in this manner, we have calculated alpha plus beta, that is sum of roots, and alpha multiplied by beta, which is known as the product of roots. So these two things are available. Now we have to prepare that equation whose roots are alpha plus beta whole square and alpha minus beta whole square. So for this new roots, we have to again calculate the sum and product for this new roots. So we are calculating the sum first. It is alpha plus beta whole square and alpha minus beta whole square. We are applying this, and by applying this, we are getting 50 as the sum. Similarly, we are finding the product of roots. That means we are multiplying both the roots, and after multiplying we are getting 49. So we have got sum of roots as well as the product of roots. Now we can apply these values, we can substitute the values in the format. So x square minus 50x plus 49 is equal to 0. This becomes the final solution. All right. Yes. So now, in the similar manner, we can calculate the second one also. So come on, you can think first, you can try in 1 minute, and then I will give you some hint and we will solve. Okay. So let us begin with the second one. Read the question first, and then I will explain. Just we have to do as per the requirement of question. So here also we can clearly see that alpha and beta are the roots of this given equation. And now we have to find out the value of alpha square by beta plus beta square by alpha. We have to calculate this. So always, what is the first step? The first step is, from the given equation, we can calculate the sum as well as the product. Sum as well as the product. So from this, we can calculate sum. Sum means minus b upon a. Minus b upon a. So minus value of b is minus 4 and then divided by a, that is 2. So it simply comes as 2. So 2 is simply the sum of roots. And what about the product? So product will be the coefficient, that is the constant upon a. Constant is minus 1, a is 2. So minus 1 by 2 becomes the product. So we can say that 2 means alpha plus beta and minus half means alpha multiplied by beta. Okay, so these are the sum and products. Now let us see what we have to calculate, and we have to start from that. So we require alpha square by beta plus beta square upon alpha. Okay, so now let us take the LCM. We are getting alpha and beta as the LCM. So it will become alpha cube plus beta cube. Alpha cube plus beta cube. Now we know that we don't have the value of alpha cube and we don't have the value of beta cube, but we have the value of alpha beta. That means we have to apply some formula for this so that we can substitute our values. Okay, so now where this value can be used? So we know one formula, that is alpha plus beta whole cube. This is equal to alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta multiplied by alpha plus beta. So this is the basic identity which we normally learn in the lower classes. So this is the identity which we are applying here. Okay, so now in this we can clearly see alpha cube plus beta cube is available. So what we can do, we can keep them on one side and send the remaining value on the other. So we will get alpha cube plus beta cube equal to alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta multiplied by alpha plus beta. So this will be the value. Now we can substitute this. We can substitute this value in place of alpha cube plus beta cube. Okay, in place of alpha cube plus beta cube, we can substitute this value. So let us do this. It will become alpha plus beta cube minus 3 alpha beta and then multiply by alpha plus beta divided by alpha into beta. Now we can easily substitute the values because we have the sum, that is alpha plus beta. So alpha plus beta is already 2, then minus 3 times of alpha beta, so 3 times of minus half, and then alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is available as 2. So what we can do, we can cancel 2. So what we are getting? We are getting 8 minus 3 into minus 1 is plus of 3 and it will be equal to 11. It will be equal to 11. But now we have to divide with the denominator, which is alpha by beta. So we are dividing it with minus half. So we are dividing it with minus half. So it will become minus 22. So minus 22 will be the perfect answer. Minus 22. So this is the required answer. Okay. Now let us try the different one. That is the third one. Now the third one says we have to solve for x. We have to solve for the value of x. We are available 4 to the power of x minus 3 times of 2 to the power of x plus 2 and plus 2 to the power of 5 equal to 0. So this is the whole thing which is given. And now we have to simplify it and get the result of x. We have to find out the value in terms of x. Okay. So like whenever we are talking about the tricks, most of the question of this chapter can be solved by using the option. So using option will be the best, simplest and lesser time consuming method. So in examination or whatever kind of test you are giving, you have to always try with the option so that you can solve it with fast. Otherwise, by applying the identity, of course, it will take some time. So now we are solving this one. 4 to the power of x. So can we write this 4 to the power of x as 2 to the power of x and then a square? Yes, this can be written. Then minus, we are having 2 to the power of x is there. Since it is plus 2 is also there, we can separate them. Because in law of indices, we have discussed 2 to the power of x plus 2 can be written as 2 to the power of x multiplied by 2 to the power of 2. And then plus, we can write 2 to the power of 5 as 32. Now, if we want, we can apply the split method here. So let us try for that. It will become 2 to the power of x whole square. Now, this 3 and 2 square can be multiplied. It will become 12. It will become 12. So minus 12. 2 to the power of x will remain as it is, and then plus 32 equal to 0. Now, we can slowly convert it into the whole square. So for converting it into whole square, or we can say for some better simplification, what can be done? We can assume 2 to the power of x as y. So we can let 2 to the power of x as y. So we can put here y square minus 12y plus 32 is equal to 0. All right. Now we can make it as a whole square, like a minus b whole square, we can make it. So we know that a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So we have to separate this 2 from the middle term. So we can separate it and it can be written as x square, or simply what can be done, we can split it. So it will become minus 8y and then minus 4y plus 32 equal to 0. We can split with the help of factor method as well. So let us take y as common. It will become y minus 8. Again, minus 4 can be taken as common. So what are the factors? We are getting the two factors, that is 8 and 4. So value of y is equal to 8 as well as 4. So these two are the values. But what we have let as y? So 2 to the power of x was taken as y. That this implies 2 to the power of x is equal to 8. If 2 to the power of x is equal to 8, then 8 can be written as 2 cube. 8 can be written as 2 cube. Since base are equal, so power will also be equal. Hence, the value of x will be equal to 3. Value of x will be equal to 3. Also, we can say that 2 to the power of x is equal to 4. So 4 can be written as 2 square. So we can even compare again. Base is same, so power will be equal. So hence the other value of x will be 2. So there are two values of x. One is 2 and second one is 3. Second one is 3. All right. So two values for x, 2 and 3. So now Nancy is asking one query, like why we are deducting minus 4 alpha beta in that. See, we have not deducted, we have simply used the identity which we had learned in the lower classes. Okay, so we have not done anything extra here. We just did here, yeah, because this was alpha minus beta whole square and we are not having the value of alpha minus beta. So that is why we have added alpha beta and we have subtracted alpha beta to alpha beta. So because of this the formula changes to this one. Okay, if I open this completely, see what will happen when we are talking about alpha minus beta whole square. It means alpha square minus 2 alpha beta plus beta square. Okay, now what we have done, we have added 2 alpha beta and also we have subtracted 2 alpha beta, because whenever we are adding as well as deducting, it makes no difference, because 5 plus 2 and minus 2 remains 5, 10 plus 2 minus 2 remains 10. So similarly here we are adding and as well as subtracting. Now we are taking these together, alpha square, beta square, and then 2 alpha beta. We have taken these three together and it will become alpha plus beta whole square, and the leftover is minus 4 alpha beta. So in this way we have derived this one. All right. Okay, so now similarly we can try the question number 4 as well. Now you can see what is given in the fourth one, x minus 1 by x whole square plus 2 x plus 1 by x, and then it is equal to 7 1/4. 7 1/4. Now here what is basically done, here again we can apply the same thing. Let us show me here. We are having x minus 1 upon x whole square plus 2 x plus 1 upon x, and 7 1/4 can be written as 29 upon 4. All right. Now what is the problem with us is the first figure is, in the first part the sign is negative and in the second part the sign is positive. So these two signs are different. So if we have to make them same sign, like if we want to make this also as positive, then what I have to do? I have to add the middle portion and subtract the middle portion, just as we did above in 4 alpha beta. So here, when we are talking about this splitting, what we can do, x minus 1 upon x whole square. If we open this, this becomes x square minus 2 times of x into 1 by x, and then plus 1 upon x square. Okay, this is the total thing. Now what we have to do, we have to see this x and x will get cancelled. So what is left? X square minus 2 plus 1 upon x square. Now if we add 2 and if we subtract 2, what will happen? So we can combine x square plus 1 upon x square and then plus 2. If we combine these three together, it will become x plus 1 by x whole square, and then the leftover is minus 2 and minus 2, which makes it minus 4. Okay, so for this we can write x plus 1 upon x whole square minus 4. So because of that we are writing here x plus 1 by x whole square minus 4. Now the remaining thing, 2x plus 1 by x, it is equal to 29 by 4. 29 by 4. Now we know that this is exactly the same, like x plus 1 by x, and also here we are having x plus 1 by x. The main difference is of power. So we can let this as y. So we can write it here. Let y equal to x plus 1 upon x. Why we are letting? So that we can simplify it in a proper way. So we can write here y square plus 2y, and 4 will go to the other side, or we can say that we can bring 29 here, one and the same thing. So 29 by 4 plus 4. So y square plus 2y equal to 29 plus 16 become 45 by 4. Now we can do the cross multiplication. So 4y square plus 8y minus 45 equal to 0. Equal to 0. So this is the final equation. Now what can be done? We can split them, because this is the equation which we are getting. So we can split them and get the value of y. So it will be 4y, or we can say 4y square. 8p is there. We are writing 18p minus 10p, because 18 into 10 is 180 and 4 into 45 is also 180 with the negative sign. So that is why we have done the splitting. Now we can take we can put here y. So what is done? 2y can be taken as common. So y plus 2y plus 9, and then we are left with minus 5 is common, and again 2y plus 9. So in this method we have done the splitting. So what is left? We are left with 2y plus 9 and 2y minus 5, which is equal to 0. Now we can equate them, and what will happen? Y is equal to minus 9 by 2, and the other value will be y is equal to 5 by 2. So now we can substitute the value of y. So x plus 1 by x is equal to minus 9 by 2. Or we can say that x plus 1 by x is equal to 5 by 2. So this we can say. Now just by taking the LCM, just take the LCM, what it will become? We will take the LCM as x. It will become x square plus 1 is equal to minus 9 upon 2. So 2x square plus 2 is equal to minus 9x. Hence, this is the equation. So this is the final equation which we are getting, and by solving this, we will get the value of x. Now we can see this kind of question, no doubt, are very lengthy, but when we are talking about the examination, we have to always go by options. So option will give the result in very, very less time. Okay. Yes. Great. So now we can calculate the value of x from this equation. Similarly, from the other side also, we can solve the equation and get the result of x. Okay, so in this question, the main thing was the initial part that we have discussed in detail. All right. Now, fifth one is a similar kind of question. This you can try. Okay, now the next one. Sixth one. If one root of the equation is given. So now, this time what is given? One root is given. So one root is what? 2 minus root of 3. 2 minus root of 3. This is the one root. Then we can know that. We know that what will be the other root. Because we have to use both the signs. One time positive, one time negative. So since negative is given, we have to use the positive also. We have to use positive also. So one root is 2 minus root 3. And second root is 2 plus root 3. So if we are talking about the sum, we can add them and we will get the sum. By adding, root 3 will get cancelled and we will get 4 as the sum. So 4 is the sum of root. 4 is the sum of root. And when we are talking about the product, so it is 2 minus root 3 also multiplied by 2 plus root 3. We can multiply them. This is basically a minus b and a plus b. We can say a square minus b square. So 2 square minus root 3 square. It will become 4 minus 3, that is 1. So 1 is the product. Okay. So now we have got sum as well as the product. Now we can form the equation. So the equation is x square minus sum. Sum is 4 with x and then plus the product, that is 1, and then equal to 0. So x square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. So this is basically the equation. All right. Now question number similar to 7 we have already done. All right. Now let us try this exercise number F. Now we can solve this by using the options. Okay. So now the question number first says if the roots of the equation are equal, we are having the equal roots, then the value of m, what will be the value of m? So now what can be done? Roots are equal. So we know that whenever the roots are equal, then b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So what is the value of b? It is 8. So 8 square minus 4a, and then what is c? C is m minus m cube, and this is equal to 0. So let's solve this. Minus what is coming? Minus 8 minus m cube, and it is equal to minus of 64. Now we can solve and get the result. What we are getting, minus 8 can be cancelled with this. We will get 8. So minus m cube is equal to 8. So we will get m is equal to minus of 8 and then cube root. 3 will go to the other side and it will become cube root. So cube root of 8 will be 2. So hence the final result will be equal to minus 2. All right. So m will be equal to minus 2. Option number D is correct. Now, in question number second, what is required? We have to find out the value of x. And to find the x, we can substitute the options one by one. Whichever options gives the result, that will be correct. So we can try one options. If we try the first one like 0. So if we try 0, what will happen? See, if we are substituting 0 in place of x, so it will be 2 to the power of 2 into 0 is 0 plus 3 minus 3 square into 2 to the power of 0 plus 1 and equals to 0 is given. So this will become as 8 minus 9 and plus 1. So 0 is equal to 0. That means 0 is okay. 0 is correct. And now we can see 0 is into option number A, option number C, and option number D. So 0 is correct. That means option number B will be incorrect. Okay, it is clear that option number B will be incorrect because one root is 0, one value is 0. So B is incorrect. If B is incorrect, that means 1 and 2 both are incorrect. 1 and 2 both are incorrect. Option number A is having 1. That means A option will be incorrect. A option will be incorrect. Now we have to check for option number C as well as option number D, and we can check which one is correct out of the two. Now we can substitute the value and let us check. So if we try with the option number D, let's do here. 2 to the power of 2 into, in place of x, we are substituting minus 3 and then plus 3 minus 3 square multiplied by 2 to the power of minus 3 and then plus 1 and then equal to 0. So what is happening? 2 to the power of minus 6 plus 3, then minus, we are having 9 and 2 to the power of minus 3. Okay, 2 to the power of minus 3 is there and then plus 1 equal to 0. So from here, what we are getting basically 2 to the power of minus 3 and then minus 9 again multiply by 2 to the power of minus 3 and then plus 1. So if we simplify it, it becomes 2 to the power of minus 3 means 1 by 8 minus 9 by 8 and then plus 1 and then plus 1. So if we take the LCM, we are getting 8 as LCM. So 1 minus 9 and then plus 8. It becomes equal to 0. So both the sides are equal. Both the sides are equal. Hence, option number D is correct. Yes, most of you have given the answer. Most of you have given the answer. Yes, option number D is correct. So you have to see why option number A is wrong, because only 0 is satisfying and 1 is unable to satisfy. And how we know that 1 will not satisfy? Because option number B is not having 0. It is having 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 will not satisfy. So just because of that, we have cancelled the option. Okay, or even you can try with the 1 and check whether it will be correct or not. Okay. Now let us move towards the third one. Now see, the third one looks different, looks difficult, but it is not that difficult. We can take this value as equal to x. Let the given value is equal to x. So this is the whole thing as x. If we hide the first one, let's say if we hide this one, then again the remaining part is again the same, which is equal to x, which is equal to x. So for this, what we can write 4 plus 1 upon x, 4 plus 1 upon x, and it is equal to x. So the whole question we have let it as equal to x. If we hide the first part, the remaining part is also again equal to x, because this equation is extending up to infinite. So it is simply 4 plus 1 upon x equal to x. So now what can be done? We can take LCM as x. So 4x plus 1 equal to x. On cross multiplication, we will get 4x plus 1 equal to x square. Now we can simplify and get the result. X square minus 4x minus 1 equal to 0. So now we can see that we are not able to split. That means the result will not be a perfect square or a whole number. So what we can do, we can solve it by Sridhar Acharya method. So minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So 2 into minus 4. Okay. So we are having 4 plus minus root of 16 plus 4 upon minus 8. Sorry, we are having a as 1. So we will put 1 here. Yes. Now we are correct. Now what can be done? It is 4 plus minus root of 20 upon 2. Now how to solve the root 20? We can try splitting. It will be 4 plus minus 2 root of 5 upon 2. Now we can take plus one time and we can take negative other time. But before that, we can take 2 as the common and simplify. We let us take 2 as common. So it will be 2 plus minus root 5 divided by 2. So 2 will be get cancelled. So result will be 2 plus root 5 and 2 minus root 5. So these will be the two result. Okay. So overall, in this question, what we have to do, the whole question is getting extended up to infinite. So whenever such kind of question come, always let them equal to x. So we have let this equal to x. Now what we have to do, we have to hide the first layer. What is the first layer? 4 plus 1. We have to hide that. And besides that, again, we are having the same value 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by and so on. So we can take the whole part as equal to x because it is repeating up to infinite. So that we are taking as x. So it becomes 4 plus 1 by x. 4 plus 1 by x and equal to x. So this is the main thing which we have to do here. All right. So option number C is correct. Yes. Now there are many kind of similar questions. Let's see, we have done question number 4. Similar kind of questions we have done in the example. And also the question for the equal roots, those equations which are having equal roots, whenever the question says the equation is having equal roots, you have to do just one thing, which is b square minus 4ac equal to 0. Always compare that thing with equal to 0, and by comparing that we will get always the value of the required constant. All right. Okay, Shifa says, from where 2 root 5 came? Okay, let me explain this also. Root 20. For root 20, we have written it as 2 into 2 into 5. All right. So from here, 2 can be taken outside. So it becomes 2 root 5. All right. Okay, so this is the common doubt for Shifa, Karishma, Tamiz, and I think others also. So it's clear. Root 20, we can do the factors, and the factors are 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5, and it becomes 2 root 5. All right. So you can see all kind of similar questions which we have done in the example. So similar kind of questions are here. Now, let us try from this exercise number G. Okay, the question says, the question number 1, a solution of the quadratic equation a plus b minus 2c x square, then plus the values with x and plus the constant is equal to 0. So now this is the whole equation, and here we have to find out the value of x. So what we can do, we can substitute the value of x one by one and check which one is correct. Which one is correct? So let us do this with the help of first option. So if we start with the first option, that is 1. So a plus b minus 2c, and we are multiplying with 1, plus 2a minus b minus c, and then into 1. And also we are having plus c plus a minus 2b. Now where we have to check whether this is coming equal to 0 or not. If this is equal to 0, this will be the correct answer. Not 0, then check the next one. Okay. So now we can check orally. We can try orally doing. We are having a plus 2a, it becomes 3a, and it becomes 4a. So now 4a cannot be cancelled from any other place. That means this option is incorrect. Okay, so no need to solve it completely. Just check for a first. So a is not getting cancelled. That means the result will not be equal to 0. So we have to change. Now try the second option. That is minus 1. So if we are putting minus 1, so let's check what will happen. So a will become negative a. Sorry, it is minus 1 square. So the first part will remain same, that is the positive a plus b minus 2c. But the second one will become negative, that is minus 2a plus b plus c. And third one is plus c plus a minus 2b. Now let us check a minus 2a and a. All these three in total becomes 0. Similarly for b, we are having plus b and minus 2b. The total is also again 0. And for c, we are having minus 2c, c, and then also c. Again, the total is 0. So from this, we can conclude that option number B is correct, because with the help of option number B, we are able to satisfy. So B is the correct one. Okay. Okay. Yes, Padar says I answered first this time. Great. Okay. Now let us try the second one. Let's see who answers first. Question number second. You can try in 1 minute. After that, I will discuss. Or let's take a small break first for 5 minutes and then we will continue. All right. So we are taking a small break of 5 minutes and we will continue after that with this exercise. Okay, so let us try now with question number second. If the roots of the equation x square minus 8x plus m is equal to 0 exceeds the other by 4. So the difference between the two roots is equal to 4 as per the given question. Now we have to find out the value of m. You have to calculate the value of m. So what we can do, one by one, we can substitute the value of m from the option and check which one can be correct. So now, according to option 1, if we put 10, then we have to split 10. So what will be the factors of 10? It will be like 2 into 5, and 2 into 5 will not make 8 because 2 plus 5 will be 7. Or we can say 1 into 10, but 10 minus 1 will be 9. It will not be equal to 8. So 10 will be rejected. 11, we cannot factorize 11 also, and it will not become 8 because 1 into 11 is 11, but 11 minus 1 is only 10 and we require 8. 11 is rejected. Then if we talk about 9, 9 can be done as the factors like 1 into 9. So when we do 9 minus 1, 8 can come, but the second condition is the difference should be equal to 4 only. So this option is wrong. The left option will be correct, that is the 12 one. If we do the factors of 12, it is 2 into 6. So difference between the two values is equal to 4. Hence both the conditions are satisfied. So option number D is correct. D will be correct. Okay, now similarly, you can try question number third. We are supposed to calculate only the value of x. Just substitute options one by one and see which one is satisfying both the sides. So whichever satisfies, that will be the correct option. All right. So now let us now try with question number 4. We are trying the question number 4. The solution of the equation is equal to 13r. So this is the given equation. So again, let me substitute the value in place of x and see what results are coming. Okay. So let us try with 2. If we try with 2, it will come as like 6 into 2 upon 2 plus 1 plus 6 into 2 plus 1 upon 2. So it will be 12 by 3 plus, it will be what? 6 into 3 upon 2, that is 9. So 4 plus 9 is 13. So from 2, we are getting 13. That means 2 is correct. 2 is correct. Now with 2, what will come? Either 3 or minus 3, because we are having two options with 3. One is 3, another one is minus 3. So let us check with 3 first. That is, we are checking option number A only. So 6 into 3 upon 3 plus 1 plus 6 into again 3 plus 1 divided by 3. So now what will come? 18 upon 4. 18 upon 4 is how much? 4.5. And here also what we are getting? 6 by 3 is 2. 2 into 4 is 8. So we are getting 12.5 and not 13 exactly. Not 13 exactly. So let's check the other option. Other option is minus 3. So if we try with minus 3, let's see what happens. 6 into minus 3 upon minus 3 plus 1 plus 6 into minus 3 plus 1 and then divided by minus 3. So what we are getting? In numerator, it is minus 18 upon minus 2. And then again, we are having 6 into minus 2, that is minus 12 upon minus 3. So from here, we are getting 9 plus 4, that is 13. Yes, 13 is we are getting from option number D. Hence, option number D will be correct. Yes, Dharmendra, Karishma, and Petal Davla has given the answer. Okay. So similar is the question number 5 as well as 6, 7. All are having the similarity. We can just substitute the value and check which one is satisfying. So whichever satisfies the equation, that will be correct. That will be okay. All right. Now let us move towards the problems on quadratic equation. So let us do some word problems. Difference between a number and its positive square root is 12. So difference is between what? Between a number and its positive square root. So if the number is x, let the number be x, then its positive square root of x, and now their difference is equal to 12. So this becomes the equation. This becomes the equation, and now we can find out the value of x. Also, in such cases, use the options, put the options and see what are the results. Let's say we are having the options as 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. If we try with 3, what will happen? 3 and then minus of root 3. 3 and minus of root 3. What will happen? Will we get the answer? No. Because the difference between these two is given as 12. Okay, or we can take the option as like, let's say 13, 14, 15, and 16. Yes, we can take this as option, and now we can try. So if we are trying with 13, 13 minus root of 13, we will not get the result because root 13 will come into decimal. So of course we will not get the result. So out of these 4 options, only 16 is the one option which is a perfect square. So we can try with this 16 now. So 16 minus root of 16. It will give 16 minus 4, that is 12. That is from option number D, we will get the result. From option number D, we will get our result. All right. Now let us do the second one. A piece of iron rod cost rupees 60. So this is the cost which is given. If rod was 2 meters shorter, the rod is 2 meters shorter, and each meter costs rupees 1 more. Each meter costs rupees 1 more. The cost would remain unchanged. That is, the overall cost will remain unchanged. Then we have to find out the length of the rod. Okay. So first of all, what we have to do, we don't know the length of that piece of rod, but we know the cost of that whole rod is rupees 60. So let the length of the rod equal to x meters. Length of the rod equal to x meters. All right. Now what will happen to the rate? If we talk about the rate per meter. So if 60 rupees is for, let's say, x meters, then the rate per meter will be 60 divided by x rupees. This will be the price per meter. Okay. Now the question says, if the new length is 2 meters short, so old length was x, and if it is 2 meters short, that is x minus 2. X minus 2. Then what will be the rate per meter? Rate per meter will be 60 divided by x minus 2, because the overall cost is rupees 60 only. Overall cost is rupees 60 only, it will not change. But what else is given? Each meter costs rupees 1 more. Each meter will cost rupees 1 more. So there is a difference of rupees 1 in both of them. Like if we compare these two, there will be a difference of rupees 1 between them. Okay, so what we can do, 60 upon x plus 1 is equal to 60 upon x minus 2. So why we have added 1? Because there is a difference. There is a difference of rupees 1. So that is why we have added them. So let us do some simplification. 60 upon x minus 2 minus 60 by x. And this comes as equal to 1. Equal to 1. So we can take the LCM as x multiplied by x minus 2. So it will come as 60 multiplied by x minus 2 equal to 1. So now we can simplify 60x minus 60x plus 120 equal to x square and minus 2x. So 60 and 60 will get cancelled. So we are left with x square minus 2x minus 120 equals to 0. Now we can solve this equation. Now we are left with the quadratic equation. We can try with the options also, factor method also, or we can try with the Acharya method also. Okay, or we can apply options in the beginning also. So always I will suggest to take the options and solve it. So if we do the factors of 120, what we are getting? We are getting minus 12x and plus 10x minus 120 equal to 0. So let's take x as common and then 10 as common. So x minus 12 and x plus 10 is equal to 0. So by comparing, we get that x will be equal to 12 or x will be equal to minus 10. Now, can the value be negative? Can the length of the rod be negative? No, it cannot be negative. So minus 10 will be rejected. Minus 10 will be rejected. Hence, the length of the rod will be 12 meters. So length of the rod will be 12 meters. So this is the correct answer. Okay. Now, let's do some more problems. Now, what we are doing in question number 3, divide 25 into 2 parts. We have to break 25 into 2 parts so that sum of their reciprocals is 1 by 6. So those 2 parts, if we reciprocate them, the sum will be 1 by 6. The sum will be 1 by 6. So let us take that. So if we have to split into 2, so let the first number, let the first part be x. First part be x. So second will be 25 minus x. If one is x, then second will become 25 minus x. If we add their reciprocals, that means 1 by x plus 1 upon 25 minus x. If we add their reciprocals, the sum will be 1 by 6. The sum will be 1 by 6. Now we can take the LCM and see what will happen. So x multiplied by 25 minus x. So it will become this. X will get cancelled and let's do the cross multiplication. So 150 is equal to 25x and then minus x square. So this becomes the equation. Now we can simplify them and get the result. We can simplify them and get the value of x. So x square minus 10x minus 15x. These are the factors. We can take x as common, and from here 15 can be taken as common. So x will be equal to 10 and 15. So these are the two values of x. Okay. So value of x will be 10 as well as 15. So all these questions are basically a kind of situation is given and then we have to apply that. Okay. So you can try always with the options. So we can solve some of them with the help of options in exercise number H. Okay. Let us do that. Let us try the question number first. Come on. You have to answer in 1 minute. I'm waiting. So all of you, you can now start the rapid fire round and start with question number 1. So apply all your concept which you have learned in this chapter, and now you have to simply put the option and check whether all the conditions are getting satisfied or not. So wherever the conditions are getting satisfied, that will be the correct answer. Okay, so now have you read the first one and get the result? Come on, hit the comment button below. I want to see your answers now. So let's see who all are active in the chat box. Yes, Sejal has given the answer. Then Chetan, Harshita, Manisha, Tashi. Yes, I've seen Tashi's comment for the first time. It's good. Come on, everyone. You all can answer. So in this first question, what is the requirement? The question says the sum of two numbers is 8. So if we add the number, the sum should be 8. And the sum of their squares is 34. If both the number are squared and added, the sum will become 34. Now taking one number as x, form an equation. So now in the option there is no equation, so we are not supposed to form the equation. Just we have to see which of the options are following the condition. First option says 7 and 10. If we add them, the sum is 17 and not 8. So first can be outrightly rejected. Second one, 4 and 4. Now the sum is 8. If we square and add them, 4 square is 16. So 16 plus 16 is 32 and not 34. So this B option is incorrect. B option is incorrect. Yes, most of you have given the answers. So most of you are saying C option. Some of them are saying D. Let's see who all has given the answer. Stuti, Nimish, Pushpa, Ritik, Petalwala, Anurag, Barna Mandal, Anushka, Rahul Yadav, Anidrud Arya, Dharmendra, Yash Kumar, Chandan Patra, Shifa, Himanshu, Manrai, Varun, Shruti. Great. So I have seen many new comments today. That's great. So most of you have given the answer option number C. Let us check. 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. First condition is satisfied. Second one is the square. 3 square is 9 and 5 square is 25. Total is 34. Hence, both the conditions are proved. Option number C is correct. All right. Yes. Okay. So again, try the second one. And I want to see the answers from everyone. The difference of two positive integers is 3. This time there is a difference. And sum of their squares is 89. Taking the smallest integer as x, form the equation and find the integers. So simply we have to find the integers. So come on. So let's check which one is correct. So for question number second, which one is correct? Come on. So clearly we can see that the question is given two conditions. One is a difference of 3 and second the square of number should be 89. So 7 minus 4 is 3, but when we are adding the square 49 plus 16, it is equal to 65 only. So second condition is not verified. Okay, when we are talking about B option, so 5 square is 25 and 8 square is 64. On adding we are getting 89. So here the condition is getting satisfied. So this one is correct. Option B is correct. Yes, amazing. Most of you have given the answer. Let's see who all are new. Shiksha Chaudhary has given, Khushi Thakur, Gopal Krishnan, Mr. Babu J has given, Logeshwaran, Aditya Ramji, Om Nandeshwar, great. Pushpa, nice. Now, the third one. 5 times of a positive whole number is 3 less than twice of the number. Now, this time, this one statement is a bit confusing. This might confuse you, so just read 2 to 3 times and think what should be the condition and accordingly apply the option or check the option. Okay. So third question says 5 times of a positive whole number. If a number is x, then we are multiplying with the 5. Is 3 less than twice the square of number? It is 3 less than twice the square of number. So if we square the number and multiply with 2, and then the difference is equal to 3. So this is the equation. If we want to form the equation, then this is the equation. Okay. So 5 times of a number, 5 times means 5x. 3 less, so difference is equal to 3. So then twice, for twice we have multiplied with 2 and the square. So that is why we have written x square. Okay. So this forms the equation. Now just put the option. Let's try the option number first, which is 3. So 2 into 3 square minus 5 into 3. So 18 minus 15, we are getting 3. So LHS is equal to RHS. Both are equal. Both are equal. Hence, option number A is correct. Okay. Now, the next one. The area of a rectangular field is 2000 square meter. This is the area which is given and its perimeter. Perimeter means sum of all sides is 180. Form a quadratic equation. So we have to form a quadratic equation by taking the length of the field as x. So x is the length, and solve it to find out the length and breadth of the field. So we have to calculate the length as well as breadth. Okay. So simply what we can do, we can apply the formula of perimeter as well as the area. So what is the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle is simply L into B. And what is the perimeter? 2 multiplied by L plus B. Okay. So let's check with the first option, 205 and then 80. So if we try to add them, it will exceed the perimeter because one side is already more than the perimeter. So this cannot be the option. So let us check with the second one, 50 and 40. If we try the area, 50 into 40 is 2000 square meter. So area is getting verified. Yes, most of you have given the answer for question number 4, that is B. And some of them are giving answers for 5 as well. Karishma is saying, are you getting my answers? Yes, Karishma, I'm getting your answers. Don't worry. Nikita is also given. Good. So now, perimeter 2 into what is L? L is 50 and B is 40. So we are getting 180. So perimeter is also getting matched. That means both the conditions are verified. Hence, option number B is correct. Okay, similarly, we can try some more. Let's try with question number 7. There are two consecutive numbers such that difference of their reciprocal is 1 upon 240. Difference of the reciprocal is 240. So numbers should be consecutive. There's 15, 16, 17, 18, 13, 14. So all the numbers are consecutive. So this condition is satisfied by all. Now what we have to do, we have to take the difference of reciprocal. Difference of reciprocal. So what can be done? 241 short trick can be that if we take the LCM of these two numbers, and if it is coming to 40, then that will be the answer. That will be the answer because in numerator only 1 is there. So 240 will come only when their LCM is 240. So let us try for 15 and 16. So we can get their LCM. So for 15 and 16, the LCM is 240, and rest others 17 and 18, the LCM will not be 240, and same for C and D. Hence, option number A is correct. So here you can see that we haven't solved it. We simply applied our oral calculation. 15 multiplied by 16 is 240. So 240 is the LCM for 15 and 16. So hence this one is correct. Yes, again, most of you have given the answers. Good going. Ninth one, come on. You can try the ninth one also. The sum of the two numbers is 45. This is the first condition. And the mean proportional between them is 18. So mean proportional we already know. When we are talking about the three values A, B, and C, mean proportional means B square is equal to AC. B square should be equal to AC. This is the condition for mean proportional. So which one can be correct? So if we try 15 and 30, so 15 plus 30 is 45. But when we talk about the mean proportional, then so 15 into 30 and then square root, because if we calculate the B, it should be root of AC. So if we try, let's say 15 multiplied by 30, it is 450, and root of 450 is 21. It is not 18. Hence, option number A is incorrect. Similarly, we can check for the second one, 32 into 13, and then root. It is coming 20, again not 18. Second one is incorrect. Third one, 36 plus 9 is 45. First condition is verified. And for the second one, let us multiply. 9 into 36 is 324, and root of 324 is 18. That means this third option is correct. This is satisfying both the condition, hence this third one is correct. Okay. Now, similarly, we can apply the options in all the remaining question and get the result. Now we are left with the last point, that is the cubic equation. Now, how to solve the equations which are having the power of 3, So since we are having the power of 3, again, there is one thing which can be done, that is use the options. Always here also try the options. But if we don't want to try the option, what is the method? We will go one question by the method and then we will do the exercise with the help of options. All right. So we can see that on trial basis, putting in sub value of x satisfies the equation, then we get a factor. If some of the thing satisfies, then we will get the factor. And this is a trial and error method. Okay, this method is known as the trial and error method. So what we have to do, we have to assume, we have to take assumption of one value and try. So now let's see if the given equation is this: x cube minus 7x plus 6 equal to 0. It is equal to 0. This is the given equation. Okay. So now if we want to try, so let us always try with the simplest value, that is 1. So if x is equal to 1, let's say the one solution is equal to 1. This is simply the assumption. We don't know the answer. We are simply letting it that x is equal to 1. This implies we can write x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now what to do? If the one factor is x minus 1, what will be the remaining equation? So we have to divide them. So let's see, x cube minus 7x plus 6, and we are dividing it with x minus 1. So this is the basic polynomial which is normally coming in class 8th, 9th and 10th. Okay, so we are doing that calculation. We are dividing the whole equation by x minus 1. Why x minus 1? We have assumed that. Okay. So we can multiply x with x squared so that x cube can get cancelled. So x cube, and then we are writing minus x square. For cancellation, we can change the sign. So x cube will get cancelled. So we are getting x square. Then we can take down 7x. The next value is 7x. Now what we have to do, we have to cancel the x square. So for making the x square, we have to use x. So x square minus x. X square minus x. Again, changing the sign. So we are getting minus 6x. And we are bringing down this 6. Now what can be done? We can take it as minus 6. So it will become minus 6x and then plus 6. Changing the sign again. 6, this will get cancelled and overall the remainder is 0. So in short, what we want to say that this equation can be written as x minus 1 and multiplied with x square plus x minus 6. So this equation can be written in this format. All right. Now we can split this into other part. So we can make the factors of 6. So x square plus 3x minus 2x minus 6. So we can take x as common, x plus 3. Again, 2 as common, and it will be x plus 3. So overall, the factors will be x minus 1, x minus 2, and x plus 3. Now we can equate them with 0. So x becomes equal to 1. Then secondly, x becomes equal to 2. And then thirdly, x becomes equal to minus 3. Okay. So these are the 3 values of x. So in this way, we can calculate. But we already know this method is very lengthy. So it will be difficult to use in exam. Okay. Now, somebody is asking about mean proportional. See, in the first chapter, ratio and proportion, we have discussed in detail about the mean proportional. So if you haven't watched that session, you can go and watch them. It is live on YouTube as well as the mobile application as well. So you can view anywhere. Okay, all chapters are available there. Suman Bishwas is asking about what equilateral means. Equilateral means that triangle having equal sides. Equi means equal. So equilateral triangle is that triangle which is having all sides are equal. Let's say all sides are 50, 50, 50. That means it is an equilateral triangle. Okay. So now the second example is of similar kind. We can also do that with the with this method, or we can try with the option method. Okay, so now we will try to solve with the options. Come on. Exercise number I, which is the last exercise of this chapter. So we will be doing with the help of options. Okay. So let us begin. The first one, the solution of the cubic equation. The whole equation is given and it is equal to 0. So now, which of the following options will be correct? So come on, you can answer. Try the option one by one and get the result. So out of these, the easiest option is 1. So let us try with the 1 and see whether 1 satisfies them or not. So 1 cube is 1 minus 6 into 1 square is 6. 11 into 1 is 11 and then minus 6. So are we getting 0 or not? So 1 plus 11 is 12 and also minus 6 and minus 6 is also 12. So total is 0. So clearly we can see that minus 1 is satisfying. So since minus 1 is satisfying, that means our answer lies from either option number A or option number B. Out of A and B, 1 will be correct. Okay. So now we can check the other option. So let us try with 2. Let us try with 2. So 2 cube is 8. 2 cube is 8 minus 6 into 2 square. It becomes minus 24 plus 11 into 2, 22 and then minus 6. So what we are getting, 8 minus 24 is minus of 16, then minus 6 and then plus 22. Yes, we are getting 0. So 2 is also satisfying. That means option number B will be correct. So B is the correct answer. All right. Yes. Now you can try with the second one. Sejal is asking about how much did you score in mathematics? Good one. Okay, you can try the second one, the cubic equations, and see which one will be correct. You can try with 1, you can try with 2 and check which one is correct. Come on, everyone. I want to see the answer. Yes, some of you have given the answers. Tami says option number B. Dharmendra also option number B. And Chetan also option number B. So most of you are favoring option number B. That means B is the correct one. Yes, you are correct. B is the correct answer. Now the third one. Here, factors are given and you have to find out the equation. So what can be done? Multiply all of them and we will get the equation. So x multiplied with x minus 4 and multiplied with x plus 5. So let us multiply all of them and get the result. So x square minus 4x. And we have to multiply it with x plus 5. So again, x will get multiplied with both of them. X cube minus 4x square. Also 5 will be multiplied. So 5x square minus 20x. So overall, the equation will be x cube plus x square minus 20x, and it is equal to 0. And this is option number B. So again, option number B is correct. Okay, so no need to worry for this cubic equation. Just put the option and see which one is correct. Okay, don't go for the lengthy solution. Just substitute the option and check. Okay, so whether it is linear, whether it is quadratic, cubic, or any kind of equation, it is always better to go with the options. Okay. Now see, all these questions are similar. So when we are talking about question number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so all are having the similarity. All are asking about which one is correct, which one is correct. So let us try one or two more for the practice. Let's try with question number 6. Question number 6. The roots of x cube plus x square minus x minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so these for this equation we have to calculate the roots. So let us substitute the option and see what happens. Okay, so we are putting let us check with 1. So we are having 1 in 3 options and minus 1 also we are having in 3 options. So let's see which one will be correct. If we are putting 1, 1 cube is 1, 1 square is 1, minus 1 and then minus 1. Yes, it is 0. So plus 1 is getting satisfied. Plus 1 is getting satisfied. Also, let us check with minus 1. So minus 1 cube is minus 1. Minus 1 square is plus 1. Then minus into minus 1, it becomes plus 1. And minus 1 is again given. So it is also equal to 0. That means minus 1 and plus 1 both are getting satisfied. Both are getting satisfied. So which one can be correct? Which one can be correct? So here, since 1 and minus 1 are available in option number A as well as option number B. So what we have to do, we have to try with the different method. That is, if x is equal to 1, then again we can do x minus 1 equal to 0. So we will divide them. X cube plus x square minus x and minus 1. So we are dividing the equation with x minus 1. So let us do with x square. It will become x cube and minus x square. Change the sign. X cube is getting cancelled. So 2x square and then minus x. Again, we have to cancel the 2x square. So we are using 2x. So 2x square minus 2x. Change the sign. So we are getting x and then minus 1. So already x minus 1 is there. We have to use plus 1. change the sign, and the remainder is again 0. So what is the equation which we are getting? So we are getting x minus 1 multiplied with x square plus 2x plus 1 plus 1. Now we can split this. So x minus 1, and this can be written as x square plus x plus x plus 1. Now let us take the common. X can be common, x plus 1, and here 1 is common and x plus 1. So overall, what is left? X minus 1, x plus 1, x plus 1 equal to 0. So finally, we can get x equal to 1, x equal to minus 1, and x equal to minus 1. So these will be the three values. One is positive and two are negative. So because of this, option number A will be correct. Option number A will be correct. Yes, most of you have given the answers. Option number A. All right. So in this question number 6, all the options were closed. So we have to select them carefully. All right. So all other questions are simply just put the option and get the result. So now let us summarize what we have discussed in the chapter. So in the beginning, we had talked about the simple equation. Simple equation, that is the linear equation, which the format of which is ax plus b is equal to 0. And the value of a, that is the coefficient of x, should not be equal to 0. Otherwise, only constant will be available and nothing else. So general form of two variables of linear equation. So ax plus by plus c equal to 0, where x and y are the variables and a, b, and c are simply known as the constants, which are the coefficient of x and y as well. So coefficient of x and y should not be equal to 0. Otherwise, it will become one variable, or like only constant will be available. Then we had discussed the different methods to solve the linear equation. One was elimination method, other was cross multiplication method, and also the substitution method. So we have tried all with different methods. Okay. Then we shifted towards the quadratic equation, the format of which is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So this is the basic format of quadratic equation, and it is also known as the equation of second degree, where the power is equal to 2. Power is equal to 2. Then we had discussed the formula to calculate the roots for the quadratic equation, which is minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Then we know about the sum and products of the roots. The sum is calculated as minus b by a, and for the product, it is c upon a. C upon a. So if you want to prepare the equation, what is required? It will be x square minus sum of roots x plus product of roots is equal to 0. It is equal to 0. All right. Then we have discussed about the roots, like when it is equal to 0, less than 0, more than 0, whether they are real, equal, rational, or irrational. So we have discussed all different varieties. All right. Now, question number 9, if we see from this last exercise, this is also talking about like what kind of thing? One equation is given and find out the value of 2x plus 3. So we have to compute the value of 2x plus 3. So in this question also, what we have to do, we have to solve the question by using the option, so that we can see which one is correct, and after that we can substitute the value, or simply we can divide them and get the result.